Hello, how are you? My name is Fakadu. This is a course for teaching methodology or online teaching methods. This is our fourth lesson. If you remember, in our previous three lessons, we have tried to cover a vast amount of content, starting from the history and development of online learning, go through all through learning management systems and Moodles, features of Moodles, and so on and so forth. Today, our fifth lesson is dedicated to instructional design, which is online instructional design. So let's go. This online teaching method. So we have instructional design, and let's go to the definition of instructional design first. What do you think is instructional design? I think some of you are already familiar with pedagogical concepts, and this is one of the pedagogical elements which we need to discuss with our online teaching methodology course. So instructional design is a process of careful planning and production of interesting and quality digital contents that are ready for LMS. Remember what we said about LMS. Those are elements, those are tools which help us to put the actual teaching learning process on the site so that students can simply access it and learn it. They can take their examination from LMS, they can take source materials, they can get their grades from the LMS, and the teacher can also use the LMS to control students, to submit or to display or to post assignments, to collect assignments, to mark grades, and everything. That is the actual classroom of our online lesson or online course. Instructional design may be done either using LMS or one of the following digital content production. Remember, in our previous lesson, we have tried to cover what LMS is. So you can entirely develop your courses on LMS, or you can use a combination of other tools to design your concepts and bring to LMS. You can take, like, LMS is a stage where you have bring every preparation to show, to display, to present for your lessons. It's just like the classroom. A teacher might complete his own preparation probably at home or in his office or in the library, and finally his works will be presented to the classroom. Just like that, in online context, the teacher or the professor is presenting his last lessons, all his production, all his preparation of digital contents to the LMS. That is the stage. The Moodle is the final stage. So instructional design should have plenty of other tools other than the LMS to bring it very live, very interesting. So let us see some of the most important tools which we need in order to design good courses or quality digital courses. The first one is you need to have high resolution photo and video camera, because students should not have any problem reading your PowerPoint slides or the materials you have presented. So it should be very clear, and which is possible due to technology. And you need to have Adobe or related graphic editing technology. Remember from our previous lesson, there are plenty of tools out there which helps you to design your videos. So if you remember, we have Adobe Captivate. Yeah, I have here Adobe Captivate, and this is a technology which is provided by Adobe company, Adobe Corporation. It is really wonderful. You can design your courses here and bring back to the Moodle portal or the LMS. or in other context you can use the H5P, and which is also a company which is competing Adobe Captivate right now. They have a cheaper price. But for our lesson preparation, where we don't have access for these kinds of technology, we can simply use our video recorder or our screen readers, or we can use available tools, for example Adobe Photoshop, where you can edit your graphics and video. You can also use that kind of technologies. The other one is, okay, there you go. Excuse me. Okay. So the other one is a sniping tool. A sniping tool is a very nice stuff which helps you to take a screenshot of your screen. For example, if you want to show your students something directly from your picture or directly from your website, if that is the case, you need to use screen snipe it. If you want to get that, you have to just go to your computer and put a sniping tool, and the sniping tool will be opened. So once it's opened, you can copy and paste your pictures and your processes or anything you would like to do. This is what it looks like by sniping tool. So when you put sniping tool in your browser, window browser, and hit enter, you will find it. It's already installed in your computer with window. Let me show you how you will use this sniping tool. Let's say, for example, we would like to take from Adobe Captivate, and we want to capture this picture. If you want to include this logo to your website or your lesson, then you have to open up your sniping tool, click it here around new. Now it's ready. You have this cross thing, and starting here, click here and drag it. Okay, let me do it again. Click it and drag it. So when you feel like you get it, just boom, it's already saved. Just go to file, save as or something, like if it's Adobe Captivate, you'll say Adobe and then hit enter, will be saved. That's all. So this is one of the most important tools which helps you to make your lesson very interactive and very attractive. And let's see another important element. The other one is Open Broadcaster software. Open Broadcaster software is an open source software which help us to record video and make a video editing. This is free. If you get the software from GitHub or some other repository location, you can bring it to your server and install it, and you can use it for free. You don't have to pay for Adobe or some other companies. If you have this tool, you can have your own application just for you and for your staff as well. And the other one is Screencast-O-Matics is another tool which is just like Adobe Captivate or the Open Broadcaster tool. And we have also many other plugins and drivers. Plugins are a little softwares which are independent or may not be independent, but usually they're compatible with the system. If you get a kind of game plugin, you can bring that game plugin and insert to your Moodle server, and then you can create that kind of game, which is interesting for kids usually. If you are designing courses for children, you probably need to install several kinds of plugins and drivers. And Moodle has already installed SCORM and HP5 and many other softwares which is embedded with the Moodle, so which helps you to bring the productions, your digital content is from different sources directly to the Moodle. So this is another tool which you need to be familiar with. We have already seen Adobe Captivate and related instructional design tools, and you need to have also up-to-date Moodle LMS portal. So the Moodle LMS portal is the one which we are using. Now, for example, this is our LMS. This is the LMS tool of Paradigm University. So we have the latest version. It's now 3.9. I think they are working on 4, but this one is 3.9. And whenever they have released a new version, we need to update our version. There are plenty of reasons to do so. One of the reason is if there are errors or bugs, they usually bring those solutions in the new version. And the other one is they introduce several other technologies and plugins in the new versions. So it is very important to always use the latest or the most up-to-date version of Moodle Learning Management System. Okay, having said so, what are the people who are involving in instructional design? These are the individuals or professionals who are involving in the design of digital courses or instructional design, online instructional design. The subject matter experts, which are the professors or the teachers, are the most important actors in the design process. We have LMS administrator, where it is a person who is in charge of controlling the whole learning management system, including creating users, giving privileges, or backupping the databases, or creating courses or categories and courses, and so on and so forth. There are plenty of things that we need the system administrator to do. The other one is we have producers. Producers, you can imagine this production is just like the production of a documentary movie. If you like to produce a documentary movie, you need to have a producer. You need to collect various sources, various videos or photographs, and so on and so forth. And it's not only that, we need to have script writers, just like we do a documentary movie. We need sometimes to write scripts and read with our production. Not always we have a face-to-face lecture or a live lecture to be broadcasted in Moodle, but sometimes you can do in this way. And for that reason, you probably need some narrators. If you have a documentary, if you have scripts, that script have to be narrated with including several videos or audios or many other historical events. This is especially important when you produce history lessons. If you want to do history lessons, instead of simply narrating, it's better to bring different pictures and historical videos and organize them in a way and produce scripts and write and narrate that scripts. That will be very wonderful. So we also need photographers or cameramen, and we need to have photo and video editor tools, just like the one we have been talking earlier, including the Adobe Photoshop. And we need language editors because this is academic. Academic presentation should be as accurate as possible with all language and pedagogical elements. And we need to have a language editor and as well as pedagogical experts which suggests the best way to present a particular lesson. So finally, we need to talk about some of the standards and procedures which has been set by Paradigm University when we design instructions. Instructional design has its own standard and requirement, and let me see what requirement Paradigm University has set for teachers when they design their courses. These are also available in your textbook, your textbook is Online Teaching Methods, you'll find around chapter 4. In chapter 4, we have instructional design section. In there, we have Paradigm University Design Standard. So what are the standards? You will read your book and you will get the details. But to give you a very short highlight, we have given the duration of the course. A course instructor or a course producer or a course creator or a professor need to have the duration of the course to design his course, his lesson, whether it is a semester or a year, or if it is a semester course, how long does the semester takes? Is it a block course or not? So at Paradigm University, an academic year is divided into quadrant semesters, named as Cram semester, Belg, Tzadeh, or Bega, or you can just take the English words, like we have summer, we have spring or autumn or winter, and every semester covers 3 consecutive months. So, excuse me. So the first semester begins by the 1st of July and it ends on October. So July, August, and September are first term, and October, November, December, it goes like that. So the year is divided into 4. And you have to keep in your mind that when you design your courses, so the maximum time it should be stretched is only for 3 months. That's a given quarter or quadrant. And this is 1. And you also need to have how many months and how many weeks we have, and even how many credit hours are the particular course has, and how many hours or contact hours it should include it. So all the things which are related with the course duration must be set or understood first to continue. The other one is the course syllabus. You will read the details when you have the textbook, or you can download it, you can read it online as well. The other one is the course syllabus. You need to have a clear picture about the course syllabus, and the course syllabus, which is also known as course outline, shall consist of the following. It is just like the actual course you produce and you present in your classroom. Every instructor designs a course outline for his students. The course outline contains all these elements which are directly derived from the curriculum. The course name, the course code, course credit hour, instructor's name, course description, objective, course organization, and so on and so forth. And with the online course structure, there could be different structures depending on the nature of your course. But in general, these are the outlines, the principles which are outlined at Paradigm University. And in the first one, in the first section of any given online course at Paradigm University should have this description section. This section includes announcements, coursebook, and reference materials. And every other lesson should be conducted throughout 8 weeks, and every week should have 1 or 2 lessons, and every lesson must have these activities: introductory video lectures, a lesson. A lesson is a very complicated module. You will learn how you can produce a lesson. That is the actual learning process, learning teaching process will take place. And you should include at least 1 group activity. Remember, the principles of Moodle or the online learning technology enforces us to use or to focus the lesson in terms of 2 pillars: independent activity plus social activity. So for independent activity, we need to produce the video lecture and the lesson, and for group activity, we need to include 1 or more of group activities. It should be workshop, or it could be forum or wiki, whatsoever. And finally, there should be a group activity. If you have the second lesson, that's okay. But if you can complete the lesson at once, that would be enough. And finally, you should have a quiz every week or in every lesson, which make up about 60% of the entire module. So this is what it looks like, the standard of instructional design at Paradigm University. You will read it and you'll come up with more depth information concerning this issue. I think this is all about our today's lesson. Next time we'll continue with our new topic, and that is the details and the actual production of different activities and resources with Moodle. So that would be our 6th lecture. And thank you very much for now. If you have any question, as usual, you can email it to me, or we will discuss on our forum discussions or live presentations. Thank you very much.